Hey guys, what's up? It is Wednesday, and these 3 days I had off of work have gone by so fast it's not even funny. But today is January the 29th. I'm gonna start off with a frog project. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm sleepy, but it is Red Stitches. 873 Stitch Red by Malabrigo. And so I frogged the cow that I had made from it, and I'm going to probably knit a bulky hat from it. I think there's a pattern for it that uses one skein. And let's see, I'll probably do the brim in another yarn so I have enough for the body of the hat. This is approximately 90 yards, so I'm pretty sure I can find a 90-yard project for that. So I frogged that. Because I couldn't find buttons that I wanted to use for it. I didn't want plastic buttons. I wanted wooden buttons, but I wanted to see the buttons before I purchased them. So that's that. The finished item I made a hat in black and gold for a Stiller fan, a co-worker's wife. She's getting ready to go through chemo, and this hat pattern is on the Bag O' Day Crochet site. So, I don't remember what number it is or anything. That's the second hat I made from that pattern. I really like the way that pattern turns out. The next item I finished is a poncho using Mary Maxim's Mellow Spun yarn. This is also a pattern from the Bag O' Day Crochet website. The buttons I took out of my vintage button box, and they're plastic buttons, and they were in almost like a sea glass blue, like a light blue. And this part of the pattern is from here to here, from the beginning to after the first repeat is the Bag O' Day Crochet pattern, and then after that I just started doing my own thing because this was taking too long. And y'all know me, y'all like fast projects. The pattern is real easy, but it was the repetition of the repetition I did not like. I wanted something I could get through fast. So what I did was I did the bobbles. I did 6 rows of the bobbles, 2 rows of the front post, back post, and then I did double crochet, and then I did the reverse of this so it would match on each side. I attached the leftover yarn in the buttons because there were only like 8 of these buttons, so I attached extra buttons and stuff in case she wanted to add a button or she lost a button and stuff like that. So those will be going to work with me tomorrow. The next thing that I finished it wasn't the next thing, but I made this little octopus out of some crochet cotton that I had. It's the Premier cotton. I'm not sure where I put it, but it's the Premier cotton. And so I made this for my coworker whose granddaughter was born premature. And so my granddaughter B kept trying to snatch it from me. So what I did was I took and I made B one out of scraps from scrap yarn from other projects. So here's B's octopus, and here's B's tassels or arms made out of scrap yarn that I have in a box over there that I'm using to make a scrap blanket with for one of my Pay It Forward 2020 projects. So this was a lot of fun. It's really, really soft, and she likes bopping stuff with it. I'm going to throw this back in her playpen. Oh, now I'm finished with it. Like all good octopi, they try to escape. So it's been corralled. So, because I rarely use number 3 yarn for large projects, so I wasn't sure how much yarn I was going to use, and I ended up using like 1900 yards of the yarn. I think it was 1900 yards. Don't quote me on it. Let me look real quick. See if I can find it. Tired. Should have took another day off just to relax from having a little bad grandbaby. She's not bad, but she's very energetic. Very energetic. If I can find it. Find out how many yards it was. I know I posted a picture of it. Alright. Let me just do the math again, because it's fast enough for that picture. There's so many posts have been made. There's 174 yards per skein. And I use 12 balls. So that's 2,088 yards. Okay. So what I found out was that one ball gives me 2 headbands. So I've made 3 headbands so far. One of the headbands I've already given away. And it was like this one right here. Using the old famous bush stitch. And I crocheted a chain of 16. Second chain from the hook. I did a double crochet chain 2. Single crochet into the same space. Skip 2 chains. Double crochet chain 2. Single crochet in the same space. So you just do that to the end. And you just keep going back and forth until your headband is long enough to fit around your head or stretch around your head, however you're going to wear it. So I made 2 of those. This one is just double crochet, and that one's using the bush stitch. I made another using the bush stitch today while I was at my hair appointment. The screen's going blurry. There you go. And I'm locking my hair. So today is day 1 of my hair starting locks for my hair. And then I'm working on one. It's almost finished. I'm almost at the end of this ball. So this one will end up being a child size one. I mean, it's stretchy as well, so you could, it'll be tight on the adult, but you could get it on around the adult here. And then I'm working on, I finished, that's work in progress. And I finished using some scraps and 2 skeins of the Bernat baby blanket. I had received as a gift one year. I think it was for my birthday last year. At work, they gave me, well, it could have been Christmas. I got a big ball of the Bernat baby, and I got, I'm so sorry, and I got 2 small balls of the Bernat baby. So I wanted to go ahead and use those because those chunky yarns take up a lot of space in my cube, and it make me look like I got a lot more yarn than I do. Which I got a lot of yarn, but you know. So I wanted to go ahead and use that and get out of the way. So the white is the Bernat baby. This is the Bernat baby, and then this is the Chateau from AC Moore, Stitched by Nicole yarn line, which, as you know, Michael's bought out AC Moore. Our local AC Moore is being closed down since there's already a Michael on each end of that street. Y'all doubt they were not going to make that into a Michael's unless they're going to close one of the locations, because that is a good location where that AC Moore is at. So they might close one of the locations to put it down there since it'll be a better location and spot for it, kind of more in the middle, then all the way at the other end down by Trader Joe's. So I made this. It's one of my pay it forward projects. It's a lap blanket. For one of my coworkers actually signed up for my pay it forward this year, and she asked for a little blanket for her daughter. So I used it to make this lap blanket. So that's going to work with me tomorrow as well. So that's all of my finished objects, and then I have two works in progress, which this will be done in about 30 more minutes, and then this is going to probably take me part of the night. I probably won't finish it tonight because I need to finish spinning this bobbin. So we got June, July, so we have 31 days. So I got 2 more days to finish to ply all this yarn I spun for the competition I'm in for the Mustache Fort. Keep your hands crossed and prayers out there for me for winning the grand prize, which is a spinning wheel. But this is what I have so far, and it's going to be all from scraps. And this is part of my Pay It Forward 2020. I have one hat to do in black, so I'm saving that for last. Next year, Tara, if you're watching, next year I will also have the stipulation that I will not be crocheting nor knitting anything in black, because my eyes are just as important to me as your eyes are to you. And trying to look at those stitches in black and figure out what I did, what I was doing, or where I was going if I put it down, not cool. So I'm no longer making anything for my Pay It Forwards in black, and I will make sure to put that on the Pay It Forward instructions for next year. If you want a black hat, go buy you one from Walmart. I'm not going blind making one. After this year, this is my last year, and that's it. No more black anything for anybody. Not even for myself. The stitches are too hard to see. Yeah. So I'm just using a basic granny square, granny stitch to do this. And I'm having fun. I'm trying to use up blues that I have that are the same weight. And then if they're not, then that's when I switched over to the green and the red, because as you know, as this blanket get bigger, it needs more of the same color, and I didn't want to be breaking the colors up a lot. So I switched over to the green, the red, and then I have a navy blue that I'm going to be putting in there too. I was thinking about putting a yellow in there, but I haven't. Those skeins aren't the yellow. They aren't already broken into skeins. I just have skeins that I've already opened over there, and I'm just using, or I had something left over, like balls of yarn left over from a project where I wrote into a ball so the yarn wouldn't get tangled. That's what's going into this blanket. So it's truly a scrap again, and it's going to be going out to the Midwest once it's finished, for an individual who's in a assisted living facility. That's a family friend's father. So yeah, and but I'm having a lot of fun with these. I've forgotten how much fun it is to make these simple granny squares. I want to do a hexagon blanket too. I don't want to do one where I got to put the stuff together. I hate those, having all those ends to put the stuff together. This, I can pretty much, if I wasn't changing colors, it would be easier for me to keep weaving the ends. But I'm not going to have a lot of ends to begin with. And so they'll be easy to hide in the row below. And then trim the excess off. So this is my current work in progress. Is that blanket and that head scarf. Now, I do have, let's see, 4. I do have 5 of these left. And so I'm going to figure out the yardage, and then I'm going to find a project to make from them. Because there's 5 left, and it's a number 3. So I'll look on Etsy and find a project and use the number 3 yarn. As far as spinning, right now I'm spinning some, spinning some the Hobby Lobby big yarn, which is I would say it was a super bulky yarn, because it is roving yarn. It's a roving yarn. So I've showed this to you guys before. I've spun with it before. It's very nice for spinning. It spins like butter. And I have probably got another hour in this to this bobbin, and then I'll have a full bobbin of this. And it's spinning up so nice. But I want to go get through that so I can add that yarn to my spin her free count. I want to I'm going to take and do like I did with the other. I'm going to knit a circle cowl with what's left over after I finish that bobbin. And because I already have one skein of this, where is my, oh, I already have one skein of this. I'm just going to take this out so I can show it to y'all. It spins up so lovely. So I'm just going to use those 2 skeins of this. Not necessarily me use it, but there'll be 2 skeins of it for whoever gets this yarn or whatever. This hand spun. Because it does have wool content. It's like 20% wool. Alright, so that's everything that I've been working on. These are the ball bands for all of the projects that I've done so far for Stash Down 2020. I got one more. It's in my bag. I got to find it so I can add it to it. And I've been having a blast trying to go and get through this yarn. My goal is to see how I have some yarn here, the yellow yarn here, that I was trying to get to match up to this for the ponchos so it will match the headband she has. I couldn't find it, so I have some yellow yarn I'm going to use to make some scrap, probably make some blankets with them. The these granny square blankets, because it's such an easy pattern, and so I can use all that yarn fast. And then I have some Christmas yarn that I want to make some more of those skates with, probably further along in the year. And then I have a box over here that has all my balls left over from other projects that I did last year. And so that's what I'm using to make scrap gains with as well. It's a great project to do to get rid of scrap yarn, is to save it and then just make a granny square project. You can do it completely random. You can do the long granny square rows, or you can do the square like I'm doing. And once I finish, and if I don't have enough to go back around for another row, then I change my colors at that point, and I roll it back into a little ball, because it can always be the center starting point of another granny square. Or it could go around maybe a smaller section of a new granny square. So that's what I've been doing, to use the bigger ones for as it gets wider. And so yeah, let you guys see what I'm doing on the spinning. You see the spinning wheel. So yeah, so just sit here and spin. I'm gonna spin this up, and then I'm gonna start plying. And I have tonight, the 31st, the 20th, the 30th, and the 31st to get this stuff plied up so that I can have my yardage ready. As well as I need to take pictures of all the stuff I made, because I think we can use things we made as well, like as long as it was yarn related. I think I can use all the stuff I just showed y'all and stuff I showed y'all last week. If I still have it, I can show that as pictures of items completed 2020, no scan her free stuff. So yeah, so that's all I got going on, guys. Once I finish getting all this yarn plied, I'll show it to you guys. And when I finish the blanket and the other headband, I'll have that ready for you. And just whatever I have done for this Stash Down, I'll be showing you guys as the year goes along. So, my goal is to, like I said, anything that's not on The only thing that's not on the my main acrylic based yarn is what I'm trying to get through this year. So I'm looking to free up 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes of yarn, and 1, 2, 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe 2 sweaters worth of yarn that's in the same colored yarn and other and like they're like in their own bags, and I got out the bargain bin. So that's what my goal is to only have yarn that's other than hand spins, but that's in not on my shelves. But once I get those bins empty of the acrylic yarn, I should be able to fit some of the hand spun on in those cubes, and and then I need to try to start selling it hand spun so that I can, because I spin because I like spinning. But you don't think about you're spinning, you're making all this yarn. I can make anywhere from 10 to 12 new skeins of new bobbins full of yarn a week. Just when I come home from work and I spin, I can do a bobbin a night and ply on the weekends. That's what I used to do. So I would end up having, 7 or 8 new bobbins of yarn every week when I was just spinning like crazy. So I need to find an outlet for that yarn, because I'm not knitting with it, I'm not crocheting with it. I'd rather be spinning. Truthfully, I'd rather be spinning 24/7 versus knit and crochet. But I knit and crochet because people ask me for things, and I do enjoy knitting and crocheting so as well. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Hold up. What?
These are our snacks
on the plane. She brought me my strudel waffles. Look.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. Feels good too. Scalp can breathe. She said it's long.
It is.
Yeah.
Make sure you wrap it.
I know I gotta get a new thing to wrap it with, because the one I had, it's gone. I'm pretty sure Luna got it. So.
No, but she do an episode of this.
Luna, she did. You know how I know? So you know how I used to keep this like this, right?
Uh-huh.
She grabbed it and she dragged it into the playpen from way back there. She stood on her tiptoes and she grabbed it and dragged it into the playpen. So that's why I got it sitting way back here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like looking at her stand on dragon, and I was like,
yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. She was fun talking about my grandbabies. See y'all.